Now, next up, you probably realize that Democrats are hemorrhaging support from we the people, they the people, they them's the people, and especially from men. Why is it that a lot of young men are gravitating towards conservatism? Well, the Democrats, in all their glory, they found a new solution to it. And here is their solution. Breaking, Democrats have engaged Olivia Julianna as part of their strategy to bring young men to the Democratic Party. This is the strategy. Take a look. This is the strategy. Olivia, by the way, is, she likes to call herself a queer Latino. So you're like, of course, this is how we attract men to our party. Support the real men will come because of this. And we'll hear what she has to say, what her plan is in just a minute to be the beacon of hope to attract men. Like, yes, yeah, they tried Tim Walz. Shockingly, that didn't work. They tried Biden. Well, that didn't work. Tried Kamala. That made the problem much worse. So this, Olivia Julianna, I mean, a lot of men are like, all right, well, looks department, check. She's a queer, check. I mean, I feel like my masculinity is being spoken to just right off the bat. And the Democrats would say like, all right, we look at these guys like Joe Rogan, why are men flocking to him? And, he's got conservative people on. That's part of where we're losing men. Is it because it's like a real man who just talks about real man stuff? Oh, it's definitely not that. All right, good. That's a relief. We didn't think it was that. Here's the idea. We got this morbidly body positive lady. Is she a lady? She's a queer. So men, we realize like a woman essentially talking to men about what it is to be a real man, because men are starving for that. We realize a woman might not be ideal for that, but a queer, all right, now we have the best of all the worlds. The real ones, the women's world, the men's world, the made up ones. We got the best of all that. So the magnet's getting strong here. Now we're going to have to put in a backup plan. What if we attract too many men to the Democratic Party? What then? I don't know. We haven't solved that problem yet, but we got a team of trans working on it. Cool. So they're working on that, and they need to work on that. Let's see more. And, pictures like this, it's like, well, this picture alone, like I as a man, this is 3 Hillary Clintons right here. This is what men gravitate towards. Nobody understands humanity like the Democratic Party. And then Don Jr. made a post, and it's just hurtful, right? Playing the role of a victim is going to attract a lot of men because it just speaks to the heart of healthy masculinity. So she played the role of a victim. We'll see how she really burned Don Jr. in a second. But first, we'll just enlarge this, see what Don Jr. had to say. Yeah, when it was announced, when you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. When this person was announced as this is the DNC's strategy to attract men and young men to the Democratic Party, Don Jr. put out on Twitter, I 100% endorse this Dem activist being put in charge of Dem's campaign to appeal to young men. As well said. She didn't like it. Here's what she is queer. I don't know. They had to say about it.
The person that's in charge of bringing young men back to the Democratic Party, according to Donald Trump Jr., Trump War Room, Libs of TikTok. And while none of that's actually true, every single time I saw one of y'all posting about me, I had one main thought at the top of my head. Y'all are a bunch of... Y'all are the one.
I like that. A great strategy. An angry woman calling men derogatory names. That's magnetism. Men love that. DNC, if you're watching this, I shouldn't share this with you, but I will. Men love that. Angry woman calling men names. Men really gravitate towards that. Men love to be criticized by an angry woman whose voice is raised at them. There's nothing we like more. So just more of this, okay?
that made it about a woman and her identity and the way that she looks. Something that y'all consistently claim the Democrats do. You don't actually give a about young men. Instead, a lot of
winning my heart
talk
over
about my weight. You're using pictures of me from about 65 pounds ago.
She was 65 pounds bigger than this. Wow. If you look at her Twitter feed, you'll see she takes a Ozempic. I question, you have the dosing right? I think you might need a little more.
So let me ask you this. If I lose another 65 pounds, will y'all actually raise young men's wages? Will you actually increase funding to mental health services?
That makes a lot of sense. I think the answer is yes. If she does lose another 65 pounds, then the wages for men will go up, which, by the way, is a very confused, because I'm an idiot man. I haven't found the right guidance from a woman like this yet. But I thought the Democrat talking point was there's an unfair wage gap between men and women. It has to do with men tend to have different jobs than women do. When they have the same job, they're paid the same. But I don't know, her talking about we need to raise the wages for young men. It just seems like BS and contrary, almost hypocrisy compared to their normal talking point that's based on untruth. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first I want to be real with you. Running my video channels and all my social media platforms can at times be exhausting. It's nonstop video production, incoming DMs, people wanting things from me. Best first world problem to have, but it can be exhausting. But I do have a secret weapon for energy and focus that powers me through my days. It's called Circulation Sweets. It's an amazing little gummy from my friends at Healthy Living. It's got a killer ingredient in it called S7, which can improve circulation by up to 230%, and it gives me a nice energy boost. Most drinks and formulas are just loaded with a bunch of sugar and caffeine and other crap that makes you feel worse. But not these guys. Circulation Sweets are made and sourced in Utah with no weird ingredients or fillers. They're non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and caffeine. I love to take a couple right before a big workout so I get an awesome pump and just have more energy, which I did yesterday. I'm still sore. It was a great workout. I also like to take a couple right in the middle of my workday after I've crushed a bunch of video production, and I still have a bunch more to go. I love taking them for the energy boost throughout the day, but they also improve heart health and circulation. And that kind of matters more. In other words, Circulation Sweets is an all-natural solution to get your mojo back, whether you need it for a workout, the office, or even the bedroom. So next time you feel like you need a nap, but your to-do list is a mile long, try a couple Circulation Sweets. Get yours by going to circulationsweets1.com. My Awakened viewers get an exclusive 15% off. Just make sure you use my link down below in the video description so you get your 15% off. That's circulationsweets1.com. See the link in the video description. Now back to the video. But you're probably saying that, yeah, JP, whatever, I'm on board. She's beautiful, but behind the beauty, there's a brain. I'm really interested in the brain because the DNC, they have recruited her for a reason, to bring young men into the DNC party. So I want to hear what's in her brain. What are her strategies? Well, good luck trying to figure out what her strategies are with regard to her messaging for men while she's explaining her messaging to men. Here it is.
We just don't message to men. Right? And it's like we don't message in a way that resonates to men.
By the way, this is part of the problem with the Democrat Party. Like, this is an example of a man to them. But it's beside the point.
Something that you kind of responded to that I've seen a lot is, well, the reason why Republican messaging resonates with men is because men want bad things, right? It's like men want to have sex and own women, right? Like they want to dominate everybody. And Republicans say, you get to do that. And then
I don't necessarily know that that's the Republican messaging to men that makes men like conservatism. No.
Democrats can't say that. So we just lost men. It's over, right? Like,
But they're like, but we want to say that. We want to tell men they can enslave women. We want to tell them, like, what? Human trafficking. It's actually fine. We want to tell them that. That's what we stand for. But it's just hard to tell them that directly without being obvious. I mean, we're pretty obvious, but we need to, like, not be obvious that we're being obvious. That's where we're at. So what's your idea?
What are you talking about? Like, a lot of times it will be men that are
This guy talks like a 15-year-old girl. It is so obnoxious.
liberals who will like agree with that shit. I'm like, dude, what are you like? What is going on? Like, there's a lot of men that don't think that way, obviously, and it's just such a negative view to take on like half of the human race.
So tell you where we're at here. He's still asking her a question. He is just 27 run-on sentences deep. He has spoken in no complete sentences. He just keeps cutting himself off with a new tangential thought. His ADD medication is not on board right now. He's just all over the shop, all one sentence, all incoherent, trying to ask her what her messaging for men is.
human race.
Well, I also
just
think it's
interrupts
just
him.
so abundantly clear that
Okay, so now we're finally getting to what's her messaging to men that's going to be so shockingly effective.
people who say these things don't actually spend time talking to young men. You know this because we know each other in real life, but I spend a lot of time on college campuses. And I spend
He
a lot of time with
loves young men.
I love young men.
How young?
I love frat guys.
How young?
And in that, I've realized, like, even the ones that identify as conservative are almost always pro-choice. They're almost always pro-gay marriage.
Is she? Okay.
Marriage. You'd be surprised at the number of them who supported Black Lives Matter. And so
I probably would be surprised.
I feel like people just kind of lump them into this box when the truth is, again, a lot of them are with us on the issues. They're just not part of our coalition because they feel like they're not welcomed in it.
I like that. That's her understanding of men and why they're flocking to conservatism. You may not have seen that, but you could hear it. Why men are flocking to conservatism. Here's her understanding. They're with us on our issues. They just don't feel welcomed. So her understanding is that conservative men are totally on board with far leftist issues. We just need to make them feel welcome. I love that. That tells us she has zero understanding of men and what makes men go to conservatism. She actually has what's called the opposite of an understanding. She completely misunderstands it. And that's the platform she'll be working on to be so effective of recruiting. Men, I know. Men over there on the conservative side, I know BLM is important to you. I know that. But you're welcome to support that over here. I know you want women to have more abortions. I know that. So now that we've connected and you feel understood, do you know how welcome you are? Okay. So stay tuned to see how effective the DNC strategy is in this lady being their new spokesperson to recruit men.